Hello, welcome to day 100. Ended up not recording yesterday for reasons. Tired, didn't get to it in time. So today we'll be doing like 10 chapters, I think. Well, basically, I'm going to super summarize Samuel 1, first Samuel 4 to 6, which was, on the one hand, the Ark of the Covenant got captured. The Ark of the Covenant being this was where God met Israel as they were traveling. We've read about its construction under Moses. We've read about God meeting with him from between the cherubim that sat on top. That being one of the only times actually where we have a very specific description of how God met Moses. Um, and it's now been captured by um, by the Philistines. Um, and this is a serious thing because this was where God met them. Now, even in ancient times, I know they. I think this is from redhead archaeologists. I learnt that a lot of the peoples would have something similar, which is a place where their gods would meet them. So even when they made a golden calf at the bottom of Mount Sinai, when Moses was collecting the commandments, an alternative explanation for what they were doing was they were trying to create a place in the same fashion as those around them where God would meet them, where they would be able to say, okay, God is there. Which effectively is similar to what the covenant was, in as much as the covenant wasn't something to be worshipped, which is a difference between what other people did. But this is serious for Israel. That the covenant, the Ark of the Covenant, has been captured. And then both sons of Eli die in violent fashion on the same day as God had predicted. And then Eli, following, dies as well, um, recognizing that when he learned that his sons were dead. And I mean, First Samuel 4:22 captures it really well. The glory has departed from Israel, for the ark of the covenant of God has been captured. But because God, unlike these idols, is God, wherever he went, that he wasn't supposed to be, that the ark wasn't supposed to be, destruction followed. Whether it was knocking down the idol that he was placed next to, the ark was placed next to, or actually afflicting the people with tumors. So much so that they had to return the ark back to Israel. Um, and when they did, there was lots of joy, there was lots of celebration. And then Israel does this really silly thing of requesting a king. Um, and we saw we recognized earlier that God wanted to be their king. God wanted them to be his special people. Um, we see that from the way he navigated the wilderness with them, from um, um, yeah, it's it's quite a traumatic thing actually for Samuel, and God even says, "Look, they're rejecting me, not you," and so he's going to give them a king. And that's one Samuel. That was yesterday's reading. Today's reading, so not 10, but actually 12. No, 8. What am I saying? Just 4 to 12, effectively. So yeah, 9, I guess, chapters. Um, Samuel goes to find Saul, and Saul, by all indication, looks like a good um, a good fit for king. He's tall, he looks strong, he looks handsome, um, and Samuel anoints him as king. And Saul would be effectively the people's choice, right? Tall, dark, and handsome. You know, um, he is from the tribe of Benjamin, which was the smallest, but still, he was. Um, he was, for the people's request, what would fit, I think. In as much as we will find out and we will learn that he wasn't great. Um, and remember that we know that the scepter shall not leave Judah, right? So we know that the true king of Israel will eventually come from Judah. Saul was from Benjamin, but of the people, I'm trying to look for, yeah, so um, his son Saul was the most handsome man in Israel, head and shoulders taller than anyone else in the land. So Israel's just requested a king, and God's given them the most handsome man in Israel. Makes sense, right? But we'll see. Samuel anoints him as king, and he even prophesies as per Samuel's sort of prophecy. So Saul's made king, and um, leads Israel in a war against the Ammonites. Um, and I think Samuel's about to die, um, and sort of gives them a few parting words. Effectively, just keep going back to the Lord. Don't abandon worshiping God. But there it is. And that's a very poor representation of First Samuel 8 to 12, 4 to 12. But alas, I'm catching up. So that's me today. Tomorrow's chapters are 13 to 14. We'll go a bit more in depth. I'll try and find a better time where I'm not constantly tired or rushing against kids sleeping to record.